Okay, perfect.
There you go. Back in business. Okay.
All right, back to business.
Cool. Well, yeah. So we're really excited about a partnership here and just kind of introducing Lumber Marketplace to iDRY's customer subset. We connected with y'all at the iWA Atlanta show, and it just seemed like a really seamless fit there, and it made sense to do something like this and introduce this to the iDRY customers, right? So just real quick, I'll run through this real fast just to give everyone just a very quick overview. Would love to take questions either at the end or even down the road. But my name is Anthony Gallegos, so I oversee all operations here at Lumber Marketplace. Have my contact info here for everyone, so please do not hesitate to reach out to me anytime. I'll be kind of your go-to guy over here when it comes to interacting with the platform and any kind of feedback or things like that. Would love to hear from you. But I come from the tech startup venture capital world, 10 years of experience there. And like I said, I oversee kind of everything operations, customer operations, especially here at LM. I got connected with the founders of Lumber Marketplace here in mid 2023, and I've just fell in love with everything that they wanted to do here. And so now over the past 15 months or so, I've become a passionate lumberman, tech startup venture capital guy turned passionate lumberman. So really excited about everything here. So just to put it simply, what is Lumber Marketplace, right? The simple short of it is LM is eBay, but for wholesale lumber trading, right? LM was founded several years ago by a third generation lumber family. And, after several years of development and kind of working to build a platform that was ready to be released to the industry, we launched the site at the NHLA convention in October of 2023. So a little less than a year ago. And we were met with just an overwhelmingly positive reception from the hardwood lumber industry. Our ethos over here is very simple. It should be as easy to buy a wholesale truckload of white oak lumber as it is to buy a kitchen table off of eBay or Amazon, right? It should be as simple as making a few clicks, maybe sending a couple messages, sending your payment through a platform, having the freight booked for you, and it's showing up at your business, several days later, right? Just like it is if you want to buy something online on a true e-commerce website. A few clicks, you send your payment, it's delivered to you, right? So that's the ethos here. Our mission behind that, right, is to enhance the lumber industry. Any way that we can seamlessly connect buyers and sellers is going to do that. And, we truly aim to benefit everyone, not just the large multi-billion-dollar corporations, but from the, small, sawmill that's, wanting to use this to enhance and grow their business, right? So the beautiful thing about a website like this is we can offer unparalleled value and service in that kind of way. And so, the last thing I want to get to real quick, why Lumber Marketplace, right? Why utilize something like this? Well, the first thing we tell people is this is an open platform. It's a 100% free to use for your business. There's no subscription fees. There's no membership fees. There's no catch. And that's how we plan to operate in perpetuity. The other part is payments, right? All payments are conducted via ACH on the platform. So it's secure, right? The buyer knows that they're protected because it's going through a secure payment portal. And the seller knows that they're going to be paid because it's going through a secure payment portal, right? Third thing is hassle-free freight. We handle all the freight and logistics, so the seller doesn't have to deal with that headache. And the last thing is communication and visibility, right? This is a way to streamline your business and get transactions done in a quick and efficient manner so that you can go and focus on the important things that make your business what it is, right? So that's just a quick tidbit on, what LM is, who I am, how we want to serve y'all. And again, my contact information was at the beginning, so I'll be sure that's sent out. I guess it'll be on the recording as well. So, feel free to send me a note or give me a call, shoot me a text anytime. We'd love to hear from everyone, connected to iDRY. So
And real quick, Anthony, one more housekeeping thing. Guys, if you can just make sure that you're on mute, go to your Zoom app, click mute on the microphone. We're getting a little bit of feedback, so appreciate that. But great introduction, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So now that there's kind of an understanding of, what lumber marketplace is, I figured it would probably be beneficial to just do a quick, I won't try and take up too much time, but just a quick demo kind of overview walkthrough of the platform, and just kind of showing you, from registration to uploading inventory to transaction, kind of what that looks like. And then, we can get into any kind of specifications. Paul, if you have anything that you would like to bring up, and then, if there's time at the end, would happy to be, open to discussion and questions and things like that. So this is the lumber marketplace homepage. I'm sure some of you have seen this. I've noticed we've actually started to get a few signups from some of the iDRY folks over the past 24 hours, which is great. So if you haven't signed up yet, this is the homepage. Search bar takes you basically to a join now screen, which is, just a simple, registration screen. So I'm going to put in information here, just like I was setting up a business here really fast. I'm going to pull. So as you see, it's just a simple sign up screen. We'll just throw in. And I've tested this. We've tried to make it to where it takes less than 30 seconds, which I think we should be there pretty quickly.
Not with my typing skills, Anthony.
I try and move pretty fast, but you want to make sure there's no typos or anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So account was created, right? I put all my information in. So there's a little toast that pops up here. Please check your email to verify your account. So if I go pop back to the email here, I got an email, right? It's just asking me to complete the sign up process. So you're going to click this link. It's going to bring you to the page to set your password. And so I'm going to set the password. I'm going to push login. And that's it. So it's as simple as that. Now, the first thing you'll notice is it's going to have a little pop-up here saying connect your bank account. This is just, something that we push onto people because you cannot transact, right, without having, ACH connected to have payments go through. So you can always hit X, you can do that later, but it's going to bring you to the search browse page. And if we backtrack, if you click on the LM logo here on the top left, it brings you back to the home page. So if you're logged in and, you want to go to the browse page, you just hit this. And this is basically, what the buyers and what people are searching, people that are searching for truckloads of lumber are looking at, right? There's many ways to filter and search, and we'll get into all that here in a few minutes. But for geared for y'all, what I want to jump into is what's called the My LM dashboard, right? So this is kind of your drop down here on the top right corner where you can manage, your orders, your inventory, chat messages, alerts that you're going to get when you have orders and chat messages, and all your settings, right? So we're going to jump into settings here very fast and just kind of do a quick and dirty run through. And again, open to questions, discussions, towards the end, but I want to make this as seamless as possible. So the first thing you're going to see is it's going to bring you to your login in business, right? This is where if you need to change your password or upload your business information, things of that nature, it's all managed in here. The first thing I tell people to do is to go and edit your business information. This is where you can, and once you're transacting, an EIN number is required. So if you have that handy, go ahead and pop that in there. This is where you can, add some information about your business, right? URLs, you're established. A lot of people have a just kind of about the business kind of blurb in here. And then I always tell people to go ahead and upload a profile image as well. So I have kind of a test account profile image here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that through. That way, when your inventory is displayed on the marketplace, there's a logo that, jumps out at people, and it builds a little bit of brand and credibility there. So that's the first thing I usually tell people to do. Now, all the other stuff is relevant to setting up banking and ACH. So, you'll get into that whenever you do set up your banking. Again, in order to transact on Lumber Marketplace, there is an ACH connection that goes with that, right? So you are actually getting paid for, the lumber that you're selling. So the quickest way to do that is, and we've made it very intuitive, and it kind of walks you through the process, but you pop in your EIN number, you pop in your business owner information, and then this add bank account button, which is grayed out now, will become yellow because your information has been entered, and then you can enter your bank account information, right? So just like if you were connecting it to your, your utility company, right, for your electricity bill, same kind of process here. So nothing out of the ordinary. Locations is another thing to get into. You can have as many locations as you want, right? If you have different locations that you ship from or receive to, you can go ahead and manage all of that in here as well. We're also about to release a feature for blind listings. So, there's some sellers that tend to broker lumber or, have blind locations. We're going to be adding that here as a new feature here in the next week or so as well. Team is another one I like to get into. This is where if you have more than one person, within your business that you want to have access to Lumber Marketplace to manage things, you can add them as a team member in here. And it's as simple as creating a role. So you add a role, there's all kinds of different permissions that you can assign to a role. And then once you have that created, then you can add a team member and assign them to a role. They'll get an invitation to Lumber Marketplace to set their account up just like we did here in your email inbox. And then they'll be, they'll have access to everything that you've given them access to within Lumber Marketplace. Last is support. There's some FAQs within here, but if you ever need to reach out to us, you can always hit the contact us button here, and it'll jump out to our Lumber Marketplace support team. So jumping from settings, the other main thing that I want to hop into with y'all is inventory, right? How do you get your lumber out for sale in the marketplace? So we've made this very intuitive, and we're continuing to enhance this, as we continue to build out the marketplace to be more robust and making this more seamless for y'all. But for the most part, the quickest and most simple way to do this is you click this button here, which is add species. We're just going to pretend like we have a bunch of white oak that we want to add. So you indicate the species, you indicate the thickness, right? You indicate the grade. My understanding is that, a lot of the iDRY customer base tends to do mill run. So you could indicate mill run here, and then you're going to indicate an approximate footage, right? It doesn't have to be exact. Again, this is just to get your inventory out there on the marketplace to get people interested and start, inquiring to transact with you, right? So for the sake of this, we're just going to put that we have 40,000 feet of mill run lumber. And then if you want to assign a price to it, which we highly encourage because, well, people are tending to buy from people with pricing listed, I would assign a price. Now, some of you are probably aware, MBF is the standard pricing model for hardwood lumber. And so, per 1,000 board feet. So since this is some good, nice 4/4 white oak, we're going to assign this at $3,000 per 1,000 board feet. You can also add more details. So you can get pretty granular with the way that your lumber is listed here. So, whether it's sawing patterns, selections, moisture contents, finish, links, regions, all these different items you can get pretty granular with. I understand that urban wood is another hot commodity these days, especially for some of the iDRY customers. So we have actually put this in here as an option as well. So again, you can get very granular with this. And again, I want to also stress that we are a young startup. So we can implement and add features and, take, comments and, if it makes sense, we can build things in that are specific to, iDRY type of customers, right? So if y'all are using this and, there's different things that you would like us to add to better accommodate you, please reach out to me. We'd love to hear from you. So I just want to highlight that as well. But for the most part, it's pretty intuitive. You can, you hit save, and then it's there in your inventory management, right? If your inventory in here is ever sold on LM, then it will remove, based off of the footage that was sold, it will remove, from your inventory here and from the marketplace. There's no limit, so you can add as many, species and line items here as you would like. So that's kind of the quick and dirty overview of how to utilize the inventory management.
Real quick, Anthony, while we're here, one quick question. Jill was asking about, or Gail, sorry, was asking about species. Like, I'm gonna butcher this. Acacia, like if the species isn't under species preloaded, do you guys have, like in this situation, she's asking about, how do we add a species?
Yeah, great question. If your species is not listed here, send me a note. We will get it uploaded. The great thing is, we can easily add a species in here in under, really in under a few minutes. So if you reach out to me or you send a support inquiry and say, hey, I need acacia or, any kind of other kind of species that you don't see listed here, reach out. We'll get it in here for you in a matter of minutes.
Cool. And I got one other question, which maybe you're going to discuss later.
Sure.
As far as setting prices, are you guys able to track what stuff is selling at and have like a graph for, like we used 4-quarter white oak as an example? Do you have anything that shows like what that's trading at over the last few months or something that they could reference?
Great question, Paul. It's like you're in our walls here at Lumber Marketplace. So the short answer is right now, no. That is.
Did you come up with me for the girls 500?
Just a reminder, this is Jack's iPhone. Can we please mute? Thank you, Jack. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So no, all good. So the short answer is not yet. The long answer is we are going to get there, right?
Yep.
Again, we're a young company. We're getting traction, right? We're getting market share and we are growing. As soon as it makes sense to have that data public and available for everyone, it'll be out there. But we're not quite there yet, right? But we aspire to, especially for the sellers, right, to be able to provide that and kind of give some overview on, what's an appropriate price for, how 4-quarter mill run white oak is trading right now, right? We should be getting there sooner rather than later, right? But
cool.
So keep an eye out for that. That'll be something that comes down the pipeline here.
Great.
Cool. So that's just a quick overview on how to utilize the inventory management feature. Another thing that we do and that we built out is some of the more say the more traditional commercial sawmills, right? They all have stock lists that they send out. Sometimes pretty much regularly, pretty weekly. And so they will actually send their stock lists out to their, to their regular email list. And they've added lists at lumbermarketplace.com to their email list of stock lists. And so they send it to that email address and actually gets automatically uploaded to their Lumber Marketplace profile. So if that's something that you would like to do, and if you want us to provide some kind of template for what a stock list, could look like, it could be an Excel or PDF. You're welcome to utilize that as well. So if you have a stock list that you want to send, regularly and have us automatically push that to your profile for you, so it's more hands off, let us know. We'd be happy to accommodate that for you as well. So that's another way to upload inventory. And I would say a third way that we are currently working on development is just having a general template here. If there's, maybe like an Excel document that you're working out of internally, how you manage inventory, we'll put an Excel document here that's just a template that you could download, plug your inventory in, and then upload here in this inventory management portal on your own. So stay tuned for that. You'll see that coming out here pretty shortly as well. So we've covered settings, we've covered inventory. Chat is another thing here, which is more relevant for when, you know, buyers are actually inquiring about your lumber. But there's a whole chat portal where you can manage, you know, messages with buyers and send photos and upload documents and just really coordinate with each other, you know, prior to and even after a transaction's happened, if you like to, you know, maintain that line of business, right? So that's another great feature that we love here. Alerts. This is where, you know, whenever there's an alert on, you know, a chat or, you know, any kind of banking alert to, you know, something that is missing that you need to upload, right? Anything like that, you'll be notified here with alerts. There's a giant big red bubble, kind of like that you see on an iPhone here, that pops out at you. And you know, orders. This is where your orders are managed once you have some transactions happen on the lumber marketplace, right? So you can kind of oversee all your orders and past orders here, which is a nice feature, especially when it comes to like accounting purposes and things like that. So that is kind of a quick and dirty general overview on how you can use lumber marketplace to sell. What I want to do real quick as well is just kind of give you just a general preview of how, you know, a buyer would utilize lumber marketplace, right? Which I think kind of tells the story of how, you know, easy it is to use and kind of like our general ethos of, you know, it should be very easy to buy a truckload of lumber, right? So, you know, let's say I'm just let's say I'm a furniture manufacturer and, you know, I'm looking for white oak, right? Just like any kind of e-commerce site, I can go ahead and type that in here. I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to generate results, right? So here in a moment, now I have several sellers that have white oak, and I can get pretty granular with the filters here if I want to, you know, narrow it down by specific grades or thicknesses or, you know, finishes and lengths and widths and all kinds of things here. But for the sake of simplicity for this demo, I'm going to go ahead and sort by total footage, right? You can also sort by distance. The distance is based off of where your location is at. So for that business that you've, you know, created your profile for, you can sort by business name if there's, you know, a specific business that you're looking for. But for the sake of simplicity, we'll just sort by total footage, right? So it's just going to give me a list from the people that have the most to the least white oak listed on Lumber Marketplace. So so here you can kind of go through, you can, you know, get an overview of who has what. For the sake of just kind of clicking through, we're going to click on Classic American Hardwoods here based out of Memphis, Tennessee. As you can see, they have quite a bit of white oak inventory, but, you know, let's say I'm building some really nice stuff and I want to buy some, you know, 4/4 FAS, and let's say I want to buy, you know, I'll buy them out. I'll buy all 4,421 feet. And since they don't have pricing, there's two ways that I can go about, you know, getting an order started. I can either hit this request price button, which is going to send a notification to Classic American Hardwood saying, hey, there's an interested buyer. They want to buy 4,421 board feet of your 4/4 FAS white oak, 10-inch wide. You know, can you give them pricing and get a transaction going here, right? Or we have the ability to just make an offer and put your own pricing in and adding that to your cart, right? So again, for the sake of simplicity and just kind of streamlining a demo here, we're just going to say we want to buy this for, you know, $299, right? Or $2,999 per 1,000 board feet. So we're going to throw that in our cart here. And as you can see, my cart's populated. And so now I see that I have that in my cart, and I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know, I'm going to go ahead and continue, and I want to go ahead and check out here. So now it's going to bring me to this page. What you see here is the freight quote that is being generated via our API integration with our trucking partner. And so in a moment here, you're going to receive an instant freight quote. So you know exactly what you're paying in terms of freight, getting it from, you know, Memphis, Tennessee to Columbia, Tennessee for the sake of this demo, right? But again, it's based off of the seller's location and the buyer's location. So that freight quote is generating. The other obvious thing is there's no bank account on this demo profile that we just created. So before being able to proceed with the transaction, you would have to have a bank account connected so that you know, your payment will actually go through. There also is the ability to establish credit lines with sellers, right? That's a new feature that we actually just released that people are really excited about. So, a lot of businesses tend to operate on, net 30 or net 60, net 90 terms. And so we've given people the ability to establish credit terms with sellers. And so if you hit message seller here, it's actually going to go ahead and open up a chat with this seller. And you can just say, hey, I'd like to set up credit terms with you, right? And you hit send, it's going to notify them so they know that, there's an interested buyer and they want to set up credit terms. And then, you can exchange documentation and messages and everything like that in here. So I'm going to go back to the shopping page. We're going to go back here to the cart. And so the other thing you see here is just kind of an overview on, your order, right? So your subtotal here, the line item that you're purchasing, the shipping quote, which for some reason it's taken a minute to populate, but usually it's pretty instant. But you have the shipping quote included here. So everything that you're paying, the lumber marketplace fee, which is 0.5% of the total price of the lumber, which is, in the grand scheme of things is, not much when it comes to truckloads of lumber, right? And then so you have an overview of everything here. And then if a bank account was connected, you could actually place an offer. And so what that does is the buyer, when placing an offer, Classic American Hardwoods gets notified, hey, this interested buyer, has offered this amount of money for this type of lumber. They're going to be notified. And then the seller, you as the seller, you'll be notified, and then you can go into your My LM portal, into orders, and then you have the ability to accept the order, or deny the order, or you can counter offer, right? In this case, I made an offer of $2,999 per 1,000 board feet. And let's say, you as the seller, you say, yeah, this looks good, but I want to sell it for $3,200 per 1,000 board feet. So you can actually counter offer and start the negotiation process there to get a transaction going. So again, that's a very kind of quick and dirty, high level overview of how to utilize LM. But hopefully it paints a pretty clear picture for everyone here, right? I know that we're kind of running short on time, so I would love to.
10 minutes left, and I just want to, so you guys are very responsive. You guys are building this. You guys are taking feedback. It's a great opportunity for the iDRY folks to get in there, see what's working, and if you guys need some tweaks for what we're doing, it sounds like you guys can make it happen, Anthony, with your team. Is there any questions that we can jump into here for the last 10 minutes? And also I want to reiterate, like, we could probably do this monthly. Would you do another meeting sometime, Anthony, as like maybe you
Sure.
have some new stuff out there? We've got some more users doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love that.
Cool. So yeah, if there's any, and I can't believe this is free. That is a lot of technology that you guys are for 0.5% on the sale. This is a great resource to utilize. Real quick, Al's asking, do you guys have many Canadian companies?
Great question. So yes, the short answer is yes. There's actually dozens of Canadian companies that have gone ahead and registered and signed up for a lumber marketplace. We're working on international freight right now. Getting truckloads over that Canadian border and how to handle that logistically. So the short answer is yes, but the long answer is you can actually trade with Canadian companies right now, but you should see that feature coming out here hopefully by the end of the year. It's something that's at the top of our priority list.
Awesome. I guess I got a question. How are you guys marketing this service to furniture manufacturers and lumber buyers? How are we getting this website to them?
Yeah, great question. So the short answer is we have just started, right?
Okay.
I mentioned, we launched the site in October of last year, so a little less than a year ago. And, like any two-sided marketplace, right? You have to have sellers before there's buyers, right? And so we spent quite an amount of time just kind of getting that established base of sellers on the platform so that when we did start marketing to buyers, well, there's plenty of them to choose and buy, right? And so we kind of hit that threshold not too long ago. And so that's why, we connected with you guys at IWF, right? IWF was our first kind of introduction to the buy side of the industry and kind of having a presence there. And so we are doing a ton of buy side kind of trade shows here over the next year. That's our main focus. Obviously, we're starting to do more, advertising through, industry publications. We have a pretty good relationship with the Woodworking Network. And so we're starting to do some more stuff with them. And that's going to, you'll see more content from us start to pick up here over the next 6 months. Obviously, good old fashioned cold calling and sales, right? So we have some people on our business development team that we are about to bring on board to really focus on, visiting buyers and establishing those relationships to get them on board LM. And, obviously all kinds of different digital marketing strategies and print marketing strategies, right? Social media and, newsletter advertising and magazine advertising. So we have that's a long-winded way of saying we have just started ramping up our marketing to the buyers, which is really exciting, right? It's an exciting time over here. And we're excited to see the traction that brings to the marketplace. So,
well, we are excited to partner with you guys. We're excited to spread the word and get a bunch of people signed up, and then let people know that, hey, this is a great way to purchase lumber now. So yeah, this is good. We will keep this. We will keep these conversations going. Gil asked, can we advertise? Can they purchase advertising space on your site? Like,
great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, the short answer is yes. We are about to, you'll see, if you have an account, you'll be on our email marketing newsletters, but we are about to revamp the homepage of LM, which is going to include banner ads. So yes, the short answer is we are bringing advertising to the site on the homepage, all kinds of ways to track clicks and metrics like that. So if you are interested in advertising, again, my contact info was at the beginning, so please feel free to reach out to me, and happy to get you our media page, and we can talk from there.
Love it. Awesome. All right. Well, I think this is going to shut down pretty soon. Great meeting, Anthony. Here, he's available. We'll send out this recording to everybody. We'll have both my contact, Anthony's contact in there. Highly recommend. Let's get signed up. Let's start getting some businesses in wood uploaded to this site.
Great.
Awesome.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everyone. Excited to partner with y'all, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay. Chat soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.